So I went to his house. I was given 45 minutes for an interview. And this is in 2017 when he was DG Infantry. And I was given 45 minutes, and first General Joshi was actually surprised when he saw me. So he expected a 40-plus-year-old journalist coming up to his house, but when he saw me, yeah, Deepak, you're so young. So that's how I went, and that 45-minute interview stretched to a 2.5-hour interview. So it was a Mahashivratri, he had to go for puja, but still he sat down, he gave me a pen drive, he put the presentation of the Kargil war, and he explained to me what an airbust is, an artillery airbust, the RL airbust is. So he took out the pen to explain me, a civilian, a 20-year-old. It wouldn't have mattered to him had he, left the interview. So that is one thing about the army. Second is Brigadier Mohit Saxena. He was from the 2 Rajrif. So I had an appointment with him for my second book, The Kargil Story. It was at 7 p.m. So he got late. He was posted at the Delhi Rajrif Center. He gave me a call at 11:30 p.m. He told me, Deepak, आप आ सकते हो वसंत कुंज? I told sir, yes, आ सकता हूँ, क्यों नहीं? He gave me an interview till 2 a.m. in the morning. You can imagine, after a tiring day, he took out time for me. So that's how I've been able to, write these books. It is because of the army. Whatever I am, it is because of the army and my family. And again, Rachna ma'am, as you told, she's the pioneer of writing books on military history, especially touching the human angle. Earlier, we had books which was written Alpha Company attacked from east, Bravo Company attacked from west. HR is 2,000 hours and we capture the feature by 300 hours. But she's the one who got in that, that entire thing about how an officer and a Jawan interact with each other while the going is tough. So she's my guru.
So very interesting story, and now we will jump right into the battlefield of 1971. And I have a personal connection with war because my father, Colonel Dr. R.B. Gupta, was in the 1965 war as well as the 1971 war. And he was posted as commanding officer in Udhampur, which is at the border. And the airfields of Udhampur were crucial, and they needed to be destroyed by the Pakistani Air Force. And it so happened that my mother was also there because she could not go back, she was pregnant and all those kind of things. And he was the commanding officer, and the house which was allotted to him was known as Basha. It was a kind of a tented house in which there would be squirrels and rats and everything. So my father said, we'll not stay in this. They took a rented accommodation. And the war broke out, so they had blackened all the windows so that the aircrafts of the Pakistanis which are going would not be able to see any kind of population staying there. And there were trenches which were dug up in the front lawn. And my mother says whenever the siren would go off, they had to go in the middle of the night into the trenches and so on and so forth. So I have a personal connection with both these wars. And coming to the 1971 war, I'll start with you, Tanushri. There is a very poignant story about Lieutenant Arun Khetrapal. Tell us about it.
Actually, 1971 war was something which, was very different from the previous one that we had fought. And this Arun Khetrapal was just 21 when he died, which is, I just can't imagine a 21-year-old boy going to the war field and dying there. It's just unimaginable because at 21 people are enjoying life, they're going to college, they're, gallivanting around, having fun. So there was this boy who actually went through the rigmaroles of getting trained in NDA, then IMA. And he was a bright-eyed boy looking forward to a glorious career because his grandfather had also been in the army, his father had also been in the army. He believed in carrying on the traditions. This boy being a very, very bright boy, he was also into music, debates, and he had studied in one of the best schools. And what happened is that he was off for the young officers course, and their course was cut short because of the war, and he was sent off for the war. He was from 17 Pune Horse, which was later converted into the tank armored thing. And he was in charge of the A squadron. B squadron, this was fought near the Basantar area. And we all know that the Battle of Basantar is one of the most significant ones during the 1971 war. And what happened was he was so full of josh and dreamed of, glory and doing something for the nation. So he volunteered to go where no one else would go. The B squadron was hit. The officer himself was injured. And he just rushed to his aid, taking all the risks. And mind you, this was a place where the Pakistanis were in large number, and they had a lot of tanks, superior ones. And we had our Centurion tanks. And his tank was called Famagusta. He had fondly named it Famagusta. If you want, you can still go and see it in Ahmednagar, where it stands proudly today. And he was surrounded. Like in my book, I said, it was like Abhimanyu being in the Chakravyuh. The only thing he could do was abandon his tank, which is what his officer commanded him to do. But he refused to do it, because had he done that, the Pakistanis would have rushed onwards for a very long distance. So he wanted to stop them. And he said, no sir, I will not abandon my tank. I'll continue, my main gun is still firing, and I'll continue. And he continued. And he did destroy quite a few tanks, stop the Pakistanis from advancing, but in the process, he was shot and he died. So this is a very poignant story of a boy who could have gone and become something great. So I was very touched by this story, and thank you, Ruby, for asking me this question.
Yeah, so as a mark of respect in IMA, I've been there for 10 years now. The main auditorium has been named after him, called the Khetrapal Auditorium. And after every event, we sing the army song. And just to give you young people an idea about what makes the army, I'll just quote 2 lines of the army song. It starts with, Kadam kadam badhaye ja, khushi ke geet gaye ja, ye zindagi hai kaum ki, tu kaum pe lutaye ja. So this is what makes the army what it is.